depending on what he thinks is most necessary.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been Maru versus Zaun, where this build was last featured on 10,000 feet. And in that game, if I'm recalling correctly, I know it was one of the Terran players in this RSL. I'm just assuming it was Maru because he's been so aggressive.
Yep.
We didn't just have the proxy barracks, we also had a proxy factory and a siege tank push into the main base.
It was the reversed spawn positions. That's right. Yes, yes. A ridiculous build, and it ended up working very nicely, and he's going to bring it right back out. Very nice call, Mr. State.
Oh, I love this. It's so much fun. I love map-specific builds like this one because 10,000 feet has that very unique architecture with the mineral wall separating the natural expansion from this base. And the main base also, it's quite large. It's elongated towards where Maru is building his infrastructure. There is so much space for Maru to play around with and push into the main base here.
Let's see if MaxPax actually decides to react without scouting it, because there's sometimes as the Protoss player,
he's gonna scout
nice, the Zealot will actually get there. Will it? Okay, you see the Marine, you got to go down. Okay, we'll be able to get the scout. So I was going to say sometimes you have to kind of, without scouting it, you have to make a call. Do you go for the greed and just assume that they're going for just a single proxy or a fake proxy or something like that, and then you try to minimize your losses and go to the macro game, or do you actually go for the defense? And so luckily MaxPax doesn't need to make that decision. He sees everything. And he might even just kill this tech lab. That's actually great. We'll be able to kill this off very quickly. So that's going to deny a lot of the production from Maru outside of the single Cyclone, which, again, I feel like is not necessarily what he wants. Wow, that is an insane double scout as well from MaxPax. This is going awful for Maru.
Oh, with a Stalker too, and the Cyclone's going to be built in a corner.
Oh,
Maru is completely cornered. He already canceled the first two Marines that were going to finish out of this barracks because he didn't want them just to get it cleaned up by the Zealot and by the Adept for free. But okay, MaxPax, he is pulling back for now. If he's able to corner and take out this Cyclone, this is a nightmare situation for Maru, even worse than it already is. And look at this, there's a proxy pylon and the natural expansion of Terran.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty good for MaxPax if that can get up. And then he's going to have a nice leverage point, of course, to be able to just go into the main base there. Looks like Maru will be able to mostly get away. MaxPax does still want to hunt them down, but the Cyclone, of course, with its incredible range, will make that very difficult. So just kind of ferrying the units away with that factory for vision as well. We'll be able to get back home, and then should be able to kill this pylon before it's going to be any crazy threat, I believe.
I don't know. We have two Stalkers, I think, warping into the natural expansion of Maru right now. This is done. This is 3-gate. Warp gate just finished. Stalkers finished producing in the main base, and now there are more being warped in the natural expansion from Maru. He's about to get sandwiched, and all of his production is flying across the map right now. The only thing that he has that will have a chance here is going to be the Cloak Banshees, but Cloak only about 15% done. Oh, the Cyclone locks onto the probe, the hero probe. Maru's going to have to hold into the main base. The Marines are going to get cleaned up here in the natural expansion. And MaxPax, if he goes for one more warp in, could get big damage done. I don't know if we have enough SCVs to get service area to clean up the repair on these depots, because MaxPax just power on through. This is so many Stalkers.
Even if you go for the repair, you could just target down the SCVs anyway, and that's just free damage. You don't actually even need to get through, because you are forcing the SCVs to repair the depots, and then you're just getting free SCV damage every single volley. Nice micro overall from Maru to try and get some Stalkers, but yeah, look at this. He's just going to go onto the depot, tries to all in on it a little bit too heavily, but then just, again, goes onto the SCVs as well, and he's got a Nexus behind this. He's not even all-inning or anything. This is just a committed pressure because he knows that Maru invested so much in his proxy, and it was scouted from minute one.
Maru's been controlling this really well. The depots are still alive. Adept gets locked on, actually shades forwards. The Cyclone will be able to clean that up. Banshee Cloak is nearly done, and once that finishes, Maru will finally be able to put a stop to this should he want to reveal the Cloak tech. And I think in this situation, you just do it. You just try to shoo these Stalkers away, but is he actually going to send these cross-map instead? God. That would be so bold.
Yeah, you can see he's just like, oh crap, you're actually still going for this? I gotta just defend at this point. Yeah, goes for the Cloak just to make sure he doesn't die. You need to make sure you can stay alive as Maru, because this is your final game in this upper bracket. If you cannot find a way to make this defense, he's going to be going down to the lower bracket. MaxPax is putting himself in a great position to end this series.
Siege tank is getting set up now in the main base. Blink about halfway done here for MaxPax. We don't have any more Stalker warp-ins yet in the natural expansion here for Maru, so it seems like the pressure is starting to subside a little bit with no reinforcements. But you look at the mini-map, you can see MaxPax already taking a third base. He has Stalkers in position to intercept the Banshees. A little bit of miss micro there, targeting the high HP Banshee will allow Maru to get 4 probes in total with a 2-shot. but it's not the damage that Maru needs. I mean, his entire build was basically appended by MaxPax scouting with a Zealot, stopping the Zealot production, and then following up with an Adept and a Stalker. If Maru wins this game, it will be one of the most impressive comebacks I think I've ever seen in a TVP. This is an atrocious position.
Just the things that Maru needs to do in this game to actually even be in an equal footing is actually ridiculous. And the Stalkers are just going to go on in as Maru tries to take the natural, gets the first tank, gets the second one as well. The SCV is getting pulled off to try and make this defense. The one cloaked Banshee is the only thing that will keep Maru in this game whatsoever, but I don't even think that's going to do anything as the CC is forced to lift up yet again. Observer will get picked off, but the cloak is about to be gone anyway. So this is looking absolutely terrible for Maru. Like you said, it is an atrocious position.
Command Center going to try and go down again, but I think MaxPax is going to blink forward once more if he's feeling like it. There's only one siege tank here on the low ground, a handful of Marines guarding it with some SCVs there for repair. The Banshee, as you said, very low on energy, so even Cloak is not really in the cards. There's finally the blink forward when MaxPax has enough to one-shot. GG is called, and MaxPax is going to the grand final of RSL Season 4. That was a very convincing win. 4-2. Maru, it was a hard-fought series, but MaxPax just looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, outside of just getting tricked by a goal.